This is Christine Brown, and while I have to listen to this podcast as my motherly duty, you have the choice not to. My sons sometimes say some naughty things when they're trying to be funny, but really, they're just being stupid. Do you still want to listen? Go right ahead. I am not your mother.
Welcome back to the Patriots Dynasty Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Brown. We're going back and rewatching every single game of the Patriots Dynasty, good, bad, and ugly. This one does not fit into the first category, but we're still watching it. We're going to talk about it. With me this week, as always, is the trusty Tim Turn. Tim, how's it going, bud?
Going good, buddy.
That's what I like to hear. And also less trusty, but also just as exciting, Gregory David Brown. How are you, Greg?
Things are about to change, Andy. It's off season.
Oh, yeah?
It's officially Patriot podcast season.
Oh, okay.
Because the NBA is done. The NHL is done.
Mm-hmm.
Champions League wrapped up last weekend.
Okay.
There's nothing on the sports calendar.
Okay.
Which means we can watch some games from 2005. Scratch that itch a little bit.
Okay. All right. I like that. So what you're telling me is you watched this game?
No, I didn't watch this. The NHL didn't finish till like 2 nights ago. You gotta give me
the itch doesn't come for a couple more days.
Yeah,
you gotta let the disease start getting in there.
Yeah, okay. You gotta fully get into relapse mode before.
I see. All right, we're not there yet. You haven't hit rock bottom. You haven't bounced.
That's right.
Okay, cool. Noted.
But watching the Red Sox this year might make you hit rock bottom.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't even tried. I just can't bring myself to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, yeah. Speaking of rock bottom, Patriots heading to Mile High Stadium, the scene of so many rock bottom games. I wouldn't say
was that a play on Mile High, rock bottom?
It wasn't supposed to be, but it kind of worked out that way.
It does kind of work. I was going to say that's one of your better transitions, but it sounded like it was on accident.
Yeah, it was definitely by accident.
Okay.
I completely forgot the name of the place until I said it. But yeah, we're heading to play the Broncos. The Patriots have not fared well against the Broncos, especially when they were coached by Michael Shanahan. Shanny. Patriots are 4-5 against Shanahan-led teams, most of those being against the Broncos, which is unusual to kind of see a head coach with a winning record against Bill Belichick, at least in the dynasty era. We also have a couple of usually when you see something like that, you'll have like a bunch of like other coaches who go on to do things. Not the case with this Broncos team. The only other notable names you'll hear are Gary Kubiak, the offensive coordinator here, who I think was just like a great run coordinator. Like all his teams always kind of finished in the top 10-ish in rushing, whether he was the offensive coordinator or head coach. But you'll probably know him as the Texans head coach from 2006 to 2013, where he wasn't that great. And then he actually took over this Broncos team from 2015, 2016, and it was like just above 500. But the only other name I recognized, and was actually on Pro Football Reference, even though he was a lowly intern at the time, is Mike McDaniel, the current Dolphins head coach and media darling, because he wears Jordans and speaks hip language.
Wait, what? Isn't he like 35?
Yeah.
Must
have been how old was he then? Well,
he's an intern, so he probably, I don't know, Tim, how old are you?
18 years ago? I'm 30.
Oh, fuck.
He's like a teenager.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's
interesting. Probably a ball boy.
He is.
Yeah, didn't he start as a ball boy?
Probably. How old is he? When was he born?
I read that somewhere.
Born March 6, 1983. So he is almost a month older than me. But he's 40. So, yeah.
Still looks really young.
Yeah, 2005. He probably just graduated college. Okay. If he went to college. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah. But yeah, he as an intern, he got listed on Pro Football Reference because he's moved up. Let's see, Broncos. This is a good Broncos team. One of the better ones of the era, or of the like kind of post John Elway era when they won those 2 Super Bowls in the late 90s, which were tainted, by the way. I just want to point that out. Everybody loves to rag on the Patriots for cheating, but they circumvented the salary cap to win those 2 Super Bowls. So, what are you going to do? Right, Greg?
So are they not valid then?
I don't know. Should we strip them? That's what I'm asking you.
No, I don't think we should strip any of them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, dude.
So you don't put an
if you
asterisk?
Think the Patriots didn't cheat, then you can't say the Broncos cheated.
No, I think if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
All right.
Yeah, you gotta do whatever you can to win, right?
So
It's a results-driven league, and you don't have a lot of time, so just get in there, do whatever you can to win, and then get out.
Would you take steroids, Andy?
Fuck yeah! It's a shortcut to muscles. Are you kidding me? Damn right, I take steroids.
Me too. Rodney Harrison did it perfect.
Yeah.
Take steroids, and then when you get caught, just be like, "Yeah, I did it so I could return to football faster." And everybody's like, "Nah, that's a pretty good reason."
Yeah, because he did it when he was hurt.
It's the lion that got everyone pissed off.
Right?
know?
Yeah.
This holier than thou, like I would never.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure
yeah,
Peyton Manning did the same thing. Like he took it to like recover from that neck injury, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, no, I definitely didn't take it. My wife needed that HGH for her pregnancy. That's why it was shipped to my house under her name. Yeah, okay,
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, how big was that?
Get him on the pod and ask him, Andy.
Huh?
They're probably shooting up together.
So yeah, like I said, this was one of those Broncos teams was actually expected to win the Super Bowl. They went 13-3, and as we'll find out, spoiler alert, beat the Patriots for the first time in the playoffs in 11 games. But then we're going to lose to the fucking Steelers in the AFC Championship game, so good for them. Unfortunately, this was kind of the last hurrah of the Broncos' success because they would not make the postseason again until 2011. Can you tell me who was the quarterback of that team, Greg? 2011 Broncos?
Tim Tebow.
That's your boy Tim Tebow. That's right.
Yeah.
Which is rough. And they wouldn't make the conference championship again until 2013 when they stole Peyton Manning. So.
Mike Shanahan's pretty good.
Mike Shanahan is good. Yeah. These
aren't like crazy talented teams that he like had them always in the hunt.
Yep. Always. They showed a stat. I think I have it here somewhere. At this point in his career is 105-60 as a head coach. That's pretty good. Like that, feels
it's
like
Brian Greasy and Jake Plummer.
Yeah.
And then every running back, random dude that would just get 1,000 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean the leading rusher on this team is Mike Anderson. It's the whitest sounding name for somebody who isn't white. Mike Anderson, who ran for 1,000 yards. And they also had Tatum Bell, who ran for 921.
I feel like you never heard from him ever again.
Right. Yeah. Also, of note, their fullback Kyle Johnson, I think was second in the team with 5 receiving touchdowns. So good for him. He had one in this game too. That was like a legit diving catch. So nice when your fullback's the second leading receiver on your team. Let's see. That's the Mike Shanahan way, baby.
Oh yeah.
But Greg, I did want to point out that we have some all-name team entries from this Broncos team. So I want to see where you'd rank these guys, if you would put them on your team or not. So I've got 4 here for you. The first one is Ebenezer Ekubon.
Ekubon. I've heard of him before.
Yeah, double E. Ebenezer.
Ebenezer is a good name.
And he goes by Ebenezer too. Like, I don't know what you'd shorten that to.
Ed.
Ebby.
Yeah, it's gotta be Eddie.
Ebenetti.
There you go.
Then you got Monsanto Pope, which I don't. Maybe his parents made a bunch of money on Monsanto stock or something. That's a tough first name.
Yeah.
Jeb Putzier. It just Putzier. It Iowa. Feels like a swear word, but it isn't, which is why I like it.
It's probably a Mormon. Jeb.
Yeah.
I was thinking somewhere in Iowa. Where's this dude from?
And then also, lastly, John Engelberger. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
No Hall of Famers in there, but
no Hall of Famers, but a solid
good role players.
That's a good one, dude.
Some second team All Pros. Yeah, Ebenezer Ekubon, because he's got the double E's as well. He got a Z and a K in there. Like that's tough to do.
Yeah, Pussier's from Idaho. That makes a lot of sense. Jeb, guy from Idaho. Yeah,
that tracks.
Jeb.
Okay.
All right. So where are we in the season? I guess I feel like we don't talk about that enough. We just kind of like snapshot these games in time. So I was going to give just a little context of where we are. Patriots coming in at 3-2. They've played. I don't remember who they started, but it was Carolina, Pittsburgh, San Diego, Atlanta, Denver is this latest stretch. Pittsburgh, San Diego, and Atlanta all were the division winners last year, and Denver comes into this game 4-1. So this is like, and also Carolina is the Super Bowl revenge game, and the Patriots are defending Super Bowl champs, so everybody's getting their best game. And the Patriots still sitting at 3-2, even though they're going through this gauntlet. I think part of that is because they missed Michael Vick the week before in Atlanta, and managed to squeak by. Who was it? Matt Schaub. Dollar store, Matt Ryan.
Great value.
Yeah, exactly. And the commentators actually talked about how Denver had some plays in their playbook that they called Falcon or something like that, or Atlanta. That was basically running the exact same plays that Atlanta ran against this Patriots defense, except running it successfully. Because Atlanta had some success in terms of getting guys wide open last week, deep down the field, especially off play action. And the reason for that is injuries. It is the biggest section of my notes this week. We've got Corey Dillon, got a foot injury at the end of last game and was dressed but not playing because, it was a quote coach's decision. And they asked Belichick why he was dressed and wasn't playing, and Belichick said he can't go, and that was his explanation. So, hurt with a foot injury, I guess. Our boy Troy Brown inactive for this game. They didn't say why. Richard Seymour is out again. McGinnis playing with a wrapped up hand, and he got poked in the eye. Mike Wright got concussed during the game. He was in for another lineman. He was in for Richard Seymour. And then we all know that Rodney Harrison went out a few weeks ago, and Gus Scott, of all people, took his spot. Gus Scott is now out, so rookie James Sanders is starting at safety. And guess what happened? Yep, James Sanders got hurt, and now you had somebody named Arturo Freeman playing safety for the Patriots, and looking like a no-name on defense.
He was getting a lot of talk in the Globe articles I looked at. I guess he played for Miami for a couple of seasons. Yeah,
I vaguely recognize the name, but I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
I got him confused with a Freeman that played for, like a wide receiver that played for.
Yeah. Also, the Patriots, because they didn't start Corey Dillon, they actually have only 2 running backs on this team right now because Kevin Falk is also hurt. So you have Patrick Pass and who was the other one that was playing?
Zero.
Oh, Amos Zeroe. Famous Amos. Yeah. Who was picked up.
Another good name.
Street free agent 2 weeks ago. Picked him up last week. Played a little bit and now is like splitting carries with Patrick Pass because Patrick Pass injured early in this game and kept like limping off the field after every play that he was involved in. So it's been rough.
They should take some steroids, get healthy quicker.
Maybe. The other one on my injuries list is Teddy Bruschi, who I don't know if steroids helps you fix your heart attack quicker. All right, Greg, you tell me. Have you done steroids?
I'm sure there's a steroid that helps you. You never know.
Have you done steroids, Greg?
Me? Do I look like someone that's done steroids?
I don't know. You used to be
now, yeah.
No, I've never done steroids.
No. All right, I was just checking. But they actually announced Teddy Bruschi in this game. So this is what they said here. Let me cue it up for you.
The Patriots have just released a statement here at the stadium regarding Teddy Bruschi. It's been talked about all day long on the NFL Today. The New England Patriots, this is the statement, have been advised that Teddy Bruschi has received unanimous medical clearance from outside specialists in the field of stroke neurology. He has also passed multiple physical examinations by team doctors and has been cleared to resume practicing as early as this week. The Patriots organization is satisfied that Teddy has received the best medical attention possible and has been assured that he is medically cleared to resume his career.
So they released that like literally during the game.
Kind of weird.
Which, yeah, and that was what, like the second quarter or something? Very strange.
He's got his bell rung, that's all. Just rub some dirt on it.
Call the heart nowadays. Got his heart rung.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the big news of this team is decimated, but Bruschi's coming back. Which having a defensive like you're a defensive captain back on the field, especially with like the fact that they haven't started the same defensive backfield 2 weeks in a row, or like 2 drives in a row for a while. It'd be a nice calming effect, hopefully. Having said that, he's not back yet, and it showed in this game. They showed a stat at the beginning where the defense has gone 10 quarters without a takeaway, which is kind of strange for a Belichick defense, but that feels very like Matt Patricia-esque. The team has 1 interception on the season. Anybody want to guess who has that interception?
Troy Brown.
That'd be dope.
I know this one.
He plays defense.
Arturo Freeman.
Asante Samuel.
No, it is not a defensive back.
Oh, shoot.
It's barely a linebacker. It's Mike Vrabel. Only interception in the season. It's
I don't
tough.
remember that.
Yeah. So they did not have a turnover in this game either. So they're now at 14 quarters straight without a turnover. So that's good.
I did see on the Globe that they were like a -6 coming into the game.
That tracks.
Very,
yeah. I mean, they're not turning the ball over very often, but they have 0 defensive takeaways. So,
And they've had plenty of opportunities and they just don't catch them.
Yeah. It's Asante Samuel. He's dropped 6 or 7 balls already.
Yeah. He just is contagious.
Yeah. But we kind of went in on Asante Samuel last week because he had a pretty rough game.
He got burned.
Yeah, we're not going to do that this week because it's Dwayne Stark's week. Because he gave up pretty much every single big play that happened in this game. The Broncos came into this game with their longest passing play was 23 yards. And Dwayne Starks immediately gives up a 72-yarder to 45-year-old Rod Smith to start the second quarter. And then on the next drive, that sets up a touchdown. And the next drive, he hits. He gives up a pass to Ashley Lilly.
From
Hawaii.
Aloha.
And that was a 56-yard bomb too. Both over Dwayne Starks. And then after that play, he gets beat by Rod Smith again for a touchdown pass. And then on the last drive, when the Patriots actually come back to make it a game and need one last stop, they throw it to Rod Smith on 3rd down. And thanks to the 8-yard cushion on 3rd and 7, he managed to just bulldoze his way for the first down to seal the game. So Dwayne Starks didn't have a good game. I think you could say the defense in general didn't have a good game. They gave up 4 touchdowns, but this is actually a pretty good Broncos team. But all 4 of those touchdowns, the drives were at least 74 yards was the shortest one. 74 yards, 80 yards, 91 yards, and 97-yard drives for touchdowns. On a Jake Plummer-led offense.
Whoa, let's not slander Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
I don't like that tone.
I am a Jake the Snake fan.
Me too.
So I actually, I have no strong feelings either way.
That's about as ringing of an endorsement as you can get from Andy.
I mean, I looked into him, and I was, curious as to how he did. And I actually asked one of my friends who's a Broncos fan, what he thought of Jake Plummer. And he's like, fucking loved him. Super bummed that he got benched for Jake Plummer. Cutler. And then I guess Cutler got hurt at the end of that season, and Plummer just wasn't ready to come in and lost a week 17 game that would have got them into the playoffs or something like that. So he's like, other than that, I really loved him, even though he was really good at throwing interceptions. And he really was good at throwing interceptions. This was his best year. He made the Pro Bowl this year in 2005, only throwing 7 interceptions. I'm going to give you just the number of interceptions he throws by year. When he started in 97 and he finished in 2006. His first year, 15 interceptions, 20, 24, 21, 14, 20, 7 in 2003, 20 in 2004, 7 this year in 2005, and then 13 in 2006.
He's a gunslinger.
He loves throwing interceptions.
I love me a gunslinger.
Loves throwing interceptions.
That's a lot in him.
That's a lot of interceptions. That's a lot.
Shit. He's the man.
He threw 161 interceptions and 161 touchdowns. I think that's the definition of a gunslinger. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see when he flicked off the fans in Denver? Remember that?
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. They were booing him and he went and sat on the bench and just like put the middle finger behind his head.
Fuck yeah.
He's a legend, dude.
Yeah.
Jake Plummer, right?
Yeah, I won't accept any Jake Plummer slander.
I knew you'd like him, Tim.
Well, I mean, he's a big shrooms guy now. Yeah. He's got long hair.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
And he's like also all about like getting weed. Like, he was off the banned substance list in the NFL.
Yeah, that tracks. He strikes me as the type of guy. He has the haircut for it. I will say that in this game.
Well, have you seen him recently?
No. Oh yeah?
Do a little quick Google search on that.
Yeah, he's on the hippie mode.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
So he looks like Greg?
Well, you know why he has
way worse
the hair, right?
Why?
It's a tribute to Pat Tillman.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he used to be
the beard
teammates with Pat Tillman, right? Oh geez, yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
they were
Tillman
like
used to have the hair in Arizona State.
This dude definitely follows fish around the country for a living.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah. Oh, it's him and Ricky Williams. That tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, all right, cool.
Jake the Snake is sick, dude. He's goated for me. I was always a big fan of him.
You fucking dream.
Great nickname,
he got a raw deal. But I read an article on him not too long ago. Like he had a beef with Shanahan for a little bit, but he was like talking about how he had his best years under him too. So it was like kind of a
I saw that somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd heard that rumor too that they were beefing.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of surprising.
No, because
Shanahan doesn't strike me as like a beefing with people. I bet Jake has problems with authority.
No.
You know?
What gives you that impression, Greg?
The Snake? No way.
No, not the Snake.
Could never, dude.
He reminds me of myself a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
You've got the beard for it. Gotta grow that hair out, Greg.
Yeah, dude. Come on, Greg. Join the dark side.
I'm down.
All right.
But yeah, it seems like in this game, like it kind of similar to last week, where they dominated the first and the third quarter the Pats did.
Yeah.
I mean, in this one, it's like in the middle of the game, second, third quarter, they didn't do too hot, but the first and the fourth, they shut it down.
Yeah,
but that's just a Belichick thing. You needed all 4 quarters.
Right. Yeah. The Broncos scored all 4 of their touchdowns on 5 drives. Anyway, touchdown, punt, touchdown. And the last 2 were on either side of the half. And then after that, I think I wrote it down somewhere. So the Broncos after the half, and their first, they got the ball. They got the kickoff and drove 74 yards for a touchdown. And then after that, they had 43 total yards and just punted the rest of the game. So they kind of it was one of those games where I think a lot of other teams would have just given up in the second half, especially after that touchdown to make it 28-3, which, foreshadowing. But the Patriots just didn't roll over. They actually started making some stops, and Tom Brady just kind of threw the team on his back and was getting the absolute shit kicked out of him. But kind of brought them back, had a couple of Field goal drives. You had a field goal drive and then a couple of touchdown drives at the end there to make it close. The final score was 28-20, which was respectable. And like they had the opportunity to get the ball back one last time. The Broncos got the ball with like 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
And the Pats defense just couldn't get off the field. That was the Dwayne Starks at the end there, just giving up that last third down.
But that last, for me, it's if they get that field goal at the end of the half.
Yeah.
They're only down
right, yeah.
5. And then
Connor's boy misses a 55-yarder. So
well, they were again. Oh, another reason why I hate Phil Simms. just to tease that a little bit. But
let's do it.
I think actually it might have been Jim Nantz that said it. He had never missed a kick in Denver. Boom, misses it.
6 for 6.
Then
Yeah.
Logan Mankins punches a guy in the face.
Yeah. It wasn't the face.
Wasn't?
No. He got up and punched him right in the square in the dick. And so they came back from halftime, and I'm like, dude, why the fuck are they throwing him out for like a late hit after the play? And then they showed the replay like after the like they came back from like the halftime show, like obviously that got cut out of the video. Yep. Came back and they showed the replay of it. He's like on his knees and he pushes the guy back because like I don't know, the guy was on him or something, and it was like straight up squares him straight in the crotch.
Wow.
So hard that the defensive lineman takes 2 steps backwards and falls over. Like, okay, that's I'll give the referees that too.
That's crazy.
That's a legit.
Yeah,
you get removed from the
dick
game.
punch. You gotta go.
But Jim Nantz, like the two of them are standing there in the booth, like awkwardly talking, and he goes, "No need for us to demonstrate that move at all, thankfully." And Sims goes, "Not on me." I just want to see someone fucking nut punch Jim Nantz on live television.
Oh, awesome. I wish Nantz did it to Phil Simms. That would have been great.
Yeah, just a little sack tap. You're like, pah.
Yeah. Barkley would have done it.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know who would have done it? Dan Dierdorf would have done it.
Our boy.
That's
Our
right.
boy. We need another one of those. I'm hoping one of those is coming up.
It's always the AFC East matchups that he does. So it'll be here.
Good.
Yeah, do you want to, Greg, do you want to do the hate section to get off my lawn?
Sure, Andy.
Implemented? Do you have anything you want to get off your chest?
I thought this was specifically for you.
Oh, that's fine. Well, I mean, last time you joined right in, so I didn't know if you wanted to.
You got a long list, I'm assuming.
I have a couple of things.
Let's
you
hear
want me
it.
to start?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we'll start with the commentators. Jim Nantz. It took him 3 plays into the game to actually get warmed up because he got the names wrong on the first 2 plays on like obvious happenings. He got the kicker wrong on the kickoff, and then the running back wrong on the first run play from scrimmage. So good for him. Phil Simms, a former NFL player, didn't realize that if your elbow touches the ground, you're down by contact. I feel like that's a pretty simple one, even in 2005. So good for him. And the other one I had was, Jim Nantz that Tim pointed out. Vinatieri has never missed in Denver, literally as he's kicking a 55-yarder. So go fuck himself. But the worst.
I don't buy that shit, dude. The Kurt, what do you want him to say? Nothing?
Literally nothing.
Just wait until he gets it, and then you can say it. He's never missed a kick in Denver.
Dude, there's no such thing as a commentator curse.
What does Chris Berman say is the best commentating he's ever done that he gets comments about?
I don't know.
It was when Cal Ripken set the record for most games played in a row, and he didn't speak during the entire thing. So
he didn't speak during the entire what?
during the entire ceremony and like him walking up to bat and like all the crowd cheering and everything. So he just
let the crowd cheer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Silence speaks volumes, baby.
Exactly. So maybe he's like, shut the fuck up. Maybe don't share everything that's in your fucking head. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, Andy, it's their job. Their job is a commentator, right?
All right. So
they're
all right,
paid
then,
to speak on the game and give you interesting factoids, like that Vinatieri's never missed a kick.
Well, how about they say that after it?
I'm coming at you too, Tim. You brought this up.
Bring the smoke, baby.
Jim Nantz is doing his job.
I don't care.
Well, he's doing a bad job because this is him.
He's not doing a bad job.
You're
doing a bad job interpreting like what.
No, this
that has an effect on the actual kick.
No, I'm
does.
not saying it does or doesn't have an effect on the kick, but like everybody's superstitious. So like, just don't bring that upon
How about you
yourself.
just don't? How about you just don't be superstitious?
Listen to my podcast. I can do what the fuck I want.
All right, and Jim Nance can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I'm just saying, if I have like a bet on overs for field goals in that game, shut the fuck up. Just shut up.
Fair. That's fair.
That's my other one that makes me mad is these betters. This whole like betting thing now, everybody's like, oh man, they better not screw up my bet by like making the vibes bad. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about vibes? Like these athletes do not give a shit about the vibes of your bet. They're just trying to fucking win games and get a big contract.
I guarantee.
I'm not even mad at the players.
Angry about like somebody not performing for your fantasy team or somebody stealing points from your fantasy team. Greg, I guarantee it.
Yeah, but I don't do vibes. I don't do superstitions.
I don't do vibes.
I don't do vibes.
Vibe check. The vibe check right now, Greg not passing it. That's all I'm saying right now.
Andy dragged me into the hate. I don't know how I got talked into that.
Planted
All right, Greg. So
seeds.
let's go back to you talking about how like they actually perform a service and it's they give you really great insight.
Yeah.
Like Jim Nance knowing the actual names of players. So when Patrick Pass ran for a touchdown, here was the commentation for it.
Time, getting some tough yards. What would you have called there, run or pass?
Just can't comment on that.
All right, we'll let that one go. All right.
Dude, comedic relief.
I'm glad they're there for that. That couldn't live without that.
Well, he didn't say anything, Andy. You said you didn't want him to say anything, and now he does it, and you're all up his ass.
No, he should have let that joke fucking sit in the back of his head with the rest of them instead of just falling the fuck out of his mouth. Garbage.
Yeah, I'm on Andy's side for this one too.
Andy, I think we should have you commentate a game.
I'll do it. It'll be easy.
All right.
That would be sick.
And then we critique it.
I'm down for that.
You can try. Fucking nail it every time.
I do.
You think I don't commentate the games sitting on my couch?
Andy, I think it's a little bit different.
No, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
I think that me and Andy we could do a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'll help you out, Andy. I'll
Who's
be
color?
Who's who though? I'll be the Jim Nance one, or you be the Jim Nance.
I'm happy to do play-by-play.
I think Andy has to do play-by-play.
I'm happy to do play-by-play. I'm going to do it the Gil and Gino style, where it's actually telling you like what side of the field people are on and everything.
There's no way you could do that.
Dude,
That's way harder than it sounds.
Oh, I bet it is. Yeah.
Radio
I'm sure I could do
commentating is like wicked hard. You ever listen to like hockey radio
Oh
commentators?
yeah, I couldn't do hockey. Hockey's brutal.
Shit, man.
I don't know how they do that.
Yeah, it's actually really impressive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll start with like a fourth quarter.
All right.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
You just let me know when you're watching the next game, and we'll just do we'll do a Zoom like this, and then
Yeah.
we'll do it.
Interesting factoids from Tim.
All right.
Andy hitting us with the cold hard facts and silence when silence is appropriate.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know what? It mostly is, so it'll be fine.
It is interesting though. You watch like soccer games with like English commentators. It's a very different style.
Mm-hmm.
They let the game breathe much more than like
Than any
American
American
commentators do. Yeah,
But I think it's the type of the game is very
That's
different too.
that's true.
Yeah. There's a lot of dead.
But
time
also,
in
if you listen to Americans commentate soccer, it's the fucking worst thing in the world because it feels like they're trying to make everything exciting, and you're like, dude, just
Mhm.
you're trying a little
let that
too
bitch
hard,
breathe.
buddy. Yeah, Taylor Twellman.
Also, like just like soccer terms with an American accent, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no winning. There's no winning position there because you can't say the English terms because then you're the dickhead that does that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It doesn't sound right. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
then
run
it
into that
sounds
a
like
lot.
little tyke soccer if you're saying it
Yeah.
with American words.
Yeah.
My favorite is just to put it on Spanish and just let it ride.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Spanish is great.
That's what I used to do on
nothing's more
FIFA. Just
electric.
set it to Spanish.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I love
Just
it.
let it ride, and when that goal comes, oh man, there's
Yeah.
nothing more electric in sports. I don't
It
think.
feels so good. Although, who's the English guy that does the goal stuff? You know what I'm talking about, Greg.
For soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Dad hates him.
Yeah, I love it because he's like that's all poetic and
Yeah,
stuff.
like
It's
a fucking
hysterical.
gazelle. chasing down a hyena. Like he's fucking so obnoxious.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's good. He
I'm
is good.
majestic. He always does Spanish, the La Liga stuff.
Yeah. It's amazing. An absolute work of art painting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah, I love him.
So to your point about the Pats D, though, you're right. 31st in turnovers this season.
How many did they end the season with?
I don't know. I just have the rankings up. 31st in passing yards allowed, 26 overall in defense, 17th in points, which kind of
That's a bit of a
very
bend.
Belichick,
Yeah, that's a typical Belichick type thing.
Yeah.
The bend don't break.
Yeah.
So not a great defense, specifically in the secondary.
Looks like they have 10 total interceptions on defense. Not great. Less than one a game, yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is not a good defense, but then again, you're starting literal street free agents.
And you're playing a decent
basis.
offense. You're playing the 7th ranked offense.
Yeah.
With 5th in yards. So they're good offense.
Yeah. And they've been putting up yards on everybody. Like they've actually played some decent teams, I think.
Yeah. Did you get that stat that they had about their like last 4 games?
Yeah. I have it here. So in their last 4 games, this was like right at the beginning of the first quarter when the Patriots scored first. They kicked the field goal. It was the first time they've been trailing in 4 games. In those 4 games, they've been leading 139 minutes. They've been tied for 49 minutes, and they had not trailed at all.
Insane.
This is after getting like their doors blown off by Miami of all people to start the season, and then they have just been like walking over people.
Mike Shanahan, great coach, unless he's coaching for Dan Snyder, which is true of every coach in the world.
Yeah, I don't think you can put that on any of the coaches.
Yeah, remember when we went through the list?
Oh yeah,
of coaches that were like really good until they played under Snyder, and then they were terrible. It's like
I don't think any of them had a winning record, right?
Yeah,
even Joe Gibbs came back and had a losing record.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
was Shanahan the coach for RG3 at the beginning?
Ooh, that's a good question. When he had the knee.
Yeah,
right.
When they right, because that was the big stink was that he didn't want to play, and Shanahan made him, and then
I think
basically ended his career,
and then he died.
And then he died. And now he's back wearing jerseys backwards on fucking game day today, whatever.
Oh, really?
He's the worst.
He's great on Twitter. You should follow him, Andy.
Okay.
No, he's insufferable.
I may
actually insufferable.
That's all right. I mean, I follow you. So,
all right. Can you name some of the no-name running backs from Broncos in this generation?
No Sean Moreno.
No Sean Moreno.
We've got our boy in this game, Mike Anderson.
Ruben Drones.
Drones. There's a good one. That's one that I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
he's got a good name.
I mean, obviously Tatum Bell as well.
Tatum Bell, ding dong, as Chris Berman said.
Yeah.
Maurice Claret.
I don't think he must be, right?
I have his jersey. Yes,
he got drafted
only played like four games or something like that.
Yeah, I don't even know if he played, but
I was big on him. I was like, yeah, he's gonna overcome. He's gonna overcome all this, and he's gonna be a goat.
I'm sensing a theme.
I root for the bad guys.
Yeah, no good.
It's because you're a bad boy.
They're misunderstood. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so it's almost kind of the parallel to Brady's wide receivers, right? We're just this like list of no names who perform only when they're on the Patriots.
Yeah, Orlandis Gary.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Oh my goodness.
He was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Roy Halou, remember him?
Vaguely.
I don't remember him.
He was in Washington.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah, and then who else?
Mike Bell. There was another Bell, if you remember.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I thought so. Yeah.
Who was the guy that got drafted in the 6th round by them that ended up doing pretty good on the Redskins?
Was it Evan Meister?
No, it was the one they made comparisons to Terrell Davis all the time.
Oh, I don't remember.
I can't remember his name.
Stat check it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let
me do my
of the
job real
draft,
quick.
though. we've seen Rod Smith play here before, and we've talked about like how he's like one of the best undrafted players in history. So I found a list on NFL.com of, supposedly the best like undrafted players ever. And you want to guess where they ranked Rod Smith?
First.
Out of 30 players, he was not first.
Second.
He was 15th.
15th?
Really?
15th, right?
Who's first? Can we guess this?
Yeah, you could probably guess
Generation. Give me a generation.
this generation that we're going
Currently
through.
playing?
I believe so.
Currently playing?
Oh, no, I'm talking about like in the games we're watching now
Oh.
in the early 2000s.
I have no
Won a Super Bowl.
Tucker? No.
He's on this list, but he's number 30.
Is he on offense?
I can give you the position
position?
if you want. Quarterback.
An undrafted quarter. Oh, Kurt Warner.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's a bunch of like old guys. Dick Night Train Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Len Tunnel, apparently a defensive back. Another quarterback for the Houston Oilers. Warren Moon apparently was undrafted.
Wow.
Surprising.
Willie Brown, cornerback for the Raiders. Well, he started for the Raiders. He was actually a Bronco originally. Willie Wood, who was a Packers cornerback back in the 60s. Another old player. Cliff Harris, a safety for the Cowboys.
So nobody we've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Basically. John Randall, the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Defensive
Yeah. He was a defensive end, right?
Another quarterback on this list that's a little drafted in 2000. Oh, not drafted, but started in 2004. 4 Pro Bowls.
Tommy Maddox.
Huh?
Tommy Maddox?
No, another quarterback, but NFC.
NFC quarterback.
Started in 2004.
Jeff Garcia.
No, that's a good guess though. More famous.
More famous than
Famous
Jeff
for not performing well in the playoffs, especially when it comes to holding field goal attempts.
Oh, Romo.
Tony Romo?
Yeah. 13th. Was not drafted, apparently.
Yeah, and he took over for Bledsoe.
Yep. Antonio Gates on this list. He was not drafted.
Undrafted?
Undrafted. Yeah. Well, that's because, did you know? I don't know if you know this, but he played basketball in college.
Oh, Esteban.
Esteban Moreno.
Yeah. And then
Also, I was thinking of Alfred Morris.
Alfred
okay.
Morris. Yes.
Yeah.
Priest Holmes, undrafted. Adam Vinatieri on this list at 21. Undrafted
He was
kicker.
undrafted?
Undrafted.
Steven.
From South
Welcome
Dakota
to
State.
the podcast.
Oh, Steven's here. Now we can begin.
How's your audio?
I don't know. How is it?
Testing
Very
1, 2,
low and
3. You don't
crappy.
have a microphone, I can see.
I do have a microphone.
We'll
It's not
talk
working
into
very
it then.
Is that any better?
That's actually
Yeah.
significantly better.
Okay.
But then now the microphone's blocking my beautiful face and you can't see me.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's not
Oh.
fine for
It's like
me.
Tyrone Poole all over again.
Greg, I had another thing for Get Off My Lawn.
What's that?
The Denver Bronco, or the crowd in Denver. I'm not sure there's anything worse than when they do that incomplete chant. You go, incomplete, wah, 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 after every opponent's incompletion.
Dude,
Is that a Denver thing?
Fucking worst. I don't know if I've heard it. I mean, I'm sure that it happens in other places, but I don't remember hearing it in other places, at least in the NFL.
I feel
But
that's like a
that's-
common thing.
That's so
Like a
Bush League,
defense
though.
thing, you know?
It's so Bush League. It doesn't happen in New England.
just doing like the music or like the chants, like the Miami Heat would do it, where like they're playing defense and they're like the speaker system is going defense. It's good God, this is the NBA like finals, and you guys are doing this bullshit. It's so embarrassing.
You actually have to tell them what to chant. Yeah,
Dude, it's ridiculous.
but that whole incomplete, like incompletions happen. It's not like it's even a turnover. It's just like an incompletion, and they do it on every single one.
That's good for another Patriots. first down.
Yeah,
That
even
shit
that's like
that shit is kind
Yeah,
of
that's-
annoying. That shit.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I fucking love it, especially when you're in Buffalo and you're fucking shit faced.
Yeah. What I was gonna say.
And you're yelling at all these fucking New Yorkers. It's the best.
The
That's
foghorn on third down though, that is lit.
Yeah, the Foghorn's sweet.
Yeah.
The ACDC is awesome too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but incomplete. That's one of those like you got to act like you've been there before, you know.
The Bruins. That one gets the people hyped.
Oh yeah,
Hype
it does.
People go.
Yeah, that might be the best one. That might be the best pump up one, right?
No, the crazy train intro for the Patriots is lit. That's
Yeah,
the
it's
best
pretty
one
good.
for me.
No, it's good, but it doesn't get used pumped up as the.
There's some great college ones. Those are probably the best.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's probably true.
Yeah.
Or soccer.
Well, soccer is best for content. If you're looking to make fun of somebody, that's definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
The whole I love it when it's like an overweight goalkeeper and they keep chanting "Who ate all the pies" at him every time he does a goal kick. That's one of my
Yeah.
standards.
He's big, he's fat, he's probably a twat referee.
Yeah, fantastic.
He's big, he's fat, he's probably a twat referee.
Fucking British people.
They're very creative, the English, with
They
their,
are.
their insults. All right, best and worst. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, let me do my Pat Tillmans. We got two.
Yeah, well, I was just
segments
kidding. I
today.
just wanted Steve to think we're wrapping up.
I was hoping
I
we
got
were.
played though. Steve, did you watch the game?
Yes, of course. Every minute.
Oh,
every
okay.
second.
Thoughts?
Yes.
What did you think of the second quarter?
Yes.
Okay.
You missed like 40 minutes of Andy complaining, basically.
Yeah, I assumed that's
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, I joined an hour in, so I'm assuming it's 60 minutes.
Yeah,
So
it's
if-
majority Andy.
Well, he
complaining.
complained for 20 minutes, and then he started recording and playing for 20, 40 more.
If you want to watch this game, I would watch just the fourth quarter where the Patriots actually start to mount a comeback. And you can skip the second quarter because the Patriots got outgained 246 yards to 34.
Well, it's the
Um,
Patriots at Denver in 2005.
Well,
I had
yeah, but this
very
is
low
it's a
expectations.
Jake Plummer run offense, and Denver had 3 plays of 50 plus yards. The Patriots didn't amount 50 yards in the quarter altogether. Like it was an absolute smothering.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah, the Patriots
The snake.
in the two games
Andy, we
prior
don't need to
combined,
recap this. People have probably already listened to all of this. I don't
415
give a
yards
shit.
and
I don't even
34
give a shit.
points. And
Steve,
then
do you give a
today,
shit about Pat Tillman? You want to hear about Pat Tillman?
Yeah.
No.
Let's go to the Pat Tillman segment. That
All right,
goes-
we're gonna do a Pat Tillman, Andy.
all right, we're going to talk about a guy that didn't play in this game.
That's true, but he was good buddies with the guy that did play in this game.
Oh, well, that makes it much better. Okay, let's do it.
Pat Tillman, Arizona State guy, right? He was a 7th round draft pick in 1998.
Yep.
As a linebacker. Ends up moving to safety when he gets on the Cardinals.
He's small, right?
Turns into like a pretty legit player.
Yeah.
And by year 2000, he had like 155 tackles that season.
From the safety position?
Yeah, he didn't make the Pro Bowl, which was
Wow.
It was
interesting.
nasty.
Yeah, but like some of the media people had him on their like, first team all pro list, yada yada.
But didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Gets offered a 5-year, $9 million contract from St. Louis and turns it down out of loyalty to the Cardinals.
Oh, an
Local
idiot.
boy.
Cardinals?
Yeah, he's an Arizona guy.
Yeah.
Yes. Was he like born and raised in Arizona? Or just-
Yeah.
And I think I think he was born in California, but maybe raised in Arizona.
all right,
Yeah, he was
So
born
close
in
enough.
Fremont, California. But
Yeah,
him and
close
Jake went to college together.
Yeah. And then obviously 2001, 9/11 happens.
Mhm.
He finishes the season and turns down a 3-year extension from the Cardinals and tells them, boys, I'm heading overseas. I'm doing it for the old US of A.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, dude, what the fuck? Don't do this. And he's like, I'm fucking doing it.
And he
Screw
did.
everybody. And by all accounts, he's a pretty interesting guy. Like I heard an interview with Jake talking about him.
Hmm.
And like he was not just like some grunt that's like, fuck yeah, America. Like he was very anti-war.
Yeah.
But felt like a patriotic duty. He was not religious. He was an atheist, but he'd read the Bible and the Quran and the Book of Mormon and like very well read, didn't refuse to own a cell phone, drove an old beat up pickup truck. He's like an interesting cat, you know?
Yeah.
Sounds like Trot
American.
Nixon.
Trot Nixon, probably a good comparison. Yeah. So he goes over there, goes through basic training with his brother. Him and his brother head over there, and they're in a valley, and basically gets killed in action. And what comes out like in the days after is like the army's like, this guy's a fucking hero. He died in like the enemy, in a blaze of enemy fire, and like their story. So they gave him a silver star, which is like if you die from like in the line of duty from like enemy fire.
Yeah.
And the description they gave is like kind of ridiculous. I'll read some of it. His audacious leadership and courageous example under fire inspired his men to fight at great risk to their own personal safety, resulting in the enemy's withdrawal, his platoon's safe passage, and the ambush kill zone and his mortal wound. So they made this whole story about him like charging up a mountain and like firing and killing all the, you know, like the hero's story, which all turned out to be complete bullshit. It's all completely false and made up. And basically it was like the higher ups in the military got together and were like, we can't let people know that this was a friendly fire situation. So they made up a story. His brother was on the battlefields. So his brother was there when he got killed. Like didn't even know it till like the next day that he'd been killed. Whoa. So they lied to his brother, his wife, his now widowed wife, his mother and his father. They were like, yeah, you got killed by an enemy. And it took like a month and a half later until some of the other guys that were in the combat zone that like saw what happened, like basically leaked the information to, I think, someone in his family.
Wow.
And then his family came out and were like, dude, what the fuck?
Right.
And they basically did this big extensive like, oh, we're sorry, we're going to investigate. No one got held accountable. And it took till 2007 till they had a report come out from the military that was like, basically, yeah, this was a friendly fire situation. They don't even know. They can't even find proof that there was any enemy anywhere.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like two parts of a unit that got split up, and then one circled back, and the first group was like, oh shit, there's bad guys, and they opened fire on them. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Greg, if we were in Afghanistan, which of us is shooting Andy?
Dude, so there's some rumors that there might be more of the story, Stevie.
No way.
So much higher up than you, Steve Brown.
Yeah, so there's like a doctor that did the autopsy said that the bullets, they were in like a tight pattern that isn't consistent with like firing from a long distance.
Yeah.
So his conclusion was that he was shot from like 10 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So they did this whole like, bit on the news, like a 60 Minutes thing with this doctor talking about like, oh, conspiracy. Maybe it was like an inside job or something. And like, are they doing this just to prop up the military? Because that's when the war was like not going right, starting to drag on a little bit. We needed a hero story. So there's like all this like weird stuff about it like that. But yeah, the family's obviously wicked pissed, still pissed.
Yeah, no kidding.
The sister, I saw an interview. She's like, when I read the initial report, I was like, this sounds like a John Wayne thing. Like, she's like, there's no way this is true. So even their first lie before like anybody in the military actually like gave wind of it, she was like already onto him. So
are they upset that like the NFL commercialized the shit out of it too?
That I didn't see anything on that, but I think that is a good point too, right? Because I remember thinking that at the time. I was like, wow, we're getting pretty heavy handed with this like hero's journey bullshit, Yep.
Yeah.
Very deep dive, Greg.
Thanks.
I didn't know half of that.
So Pat's on my list of, like if you could have a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
Dead or alive.
Dinner with somebody.
Dude.
That's a pretty good one.
Because he's probably an interesting guy to begin with. Then you could be like, yeah, what happened? Give me the details, dude.
That's fair. Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. I was just dead.
He's like, dude, I don't know who shot me.
It all happened so fast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, that was in 2004. So this is like a year before where we are right now. So it's still pretty fresh. And then that's why Plummer grows his hair out, is because it's a tribute to Tillman, who had the long hair and then had to cut it when he went in the military.
Right.
You gotta appreciate that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's-
like Jake the Snake.
Yeah, that's why we stand Jake Plummer.
Yeah. We're a big Jake Plummer pod here, Steve. We've come to that.
See, I didn't know that, and now I already knew that, and I already felt that way.
Yeah. Andy has no strong feelings one way or another, which is about as good of an
Oh, Jake Plummer.
endorsement.
Yeah, that's an endorsement from Andy for sure.
So I did a deep dive too.
On Plummer?
No,
On Tillman?
on Bill Romanowski, because
Oh,
they kept bringing up that his 60 Minutes interview was going to be airing directly after this football game. And I remember him being a bit of a scumbag, but if you are at a computer right now and you just like go to his Wikipedia page and just look at the picture that was chosen for him.
it's probably insane.
He's got blood on his face.
No, it's like a normal picture, but like his eyes are just like,
Oh, they're dead.
crazy eyes.
They're dead.
Yeah, there's no human behind that.
He's definitely the type of guy that likes to like choke girls out.
For sure.
It feels that
Yeah.
way. It looks
100%.
that way. There's nothing in here about that. But he did have some altercations and accusations of
Connecticut guy,
racism.
too. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because due to him doing things like kicking Larry Centers in the head in 1995, spitting on 49ers receiver J.J. Stokes in 97, which you may remember.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, that's the one I remember.
And
I
also
don't know if I
ripping
remember
Eddie
him as
George's
racist. I
helmet
remember
off in
him.
2002. He also called Carolina Panthers starting quarterback Cam Newton boy in a tweet after Newton's team lost in Super Bowl 50.
How dare he?
He later apologized after he was accused of being racist. That wasn't the worst thing he's done. He actually ended somebody's career. And it was a teammate. He attacked and injured one of his teammates, tight end Marcus Williams, during a scrimmage. Williams was forced to retire after Romanowski crushed his eye socket with a punch.
Should have gone for the jaw. You can bounce back and win a fucking starting job with Seattle Seahawks if you do that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Williams sued for damages of $3.4 million, arguing that Romanowski had been suffering from roid rage when he attacked him. Williams was awarded $340,000 for lost wages.
Oh, you see the picture of it?
No,
The guy's face?
no, I'm not Googling that shit. That's fucking gross.
I'm out on that.
He's definitely got a collapsed eye socket.
But yeah, so in this interview that was coming out in 2005, he was basically admitting to taking anabolic steroids and synthetic testosterone ointment. That was the clear and the cream, if you remember, from Balco. So he admitted using steroids and HGH that he received from Victor Conte, the Balco owner. And that was in 2005. But it gets better. He kind of, leaves and does his own thing. He in 2008, he was the defensive coordinator for his kids' high school freshman football team. And then in 2009, when Mike Shanahan is being replaced as head coach of the Denver Broncos, he threw his name into the search by sending a 30-page PowerPoint presentation to team owner Pat Bowlen. But he was, according to this, not considered for the job, whereas ultimately given to Josh McDaniels.
Wish we could get our hands on that.
I would pay good money
But it's
for
awesome.
Bill Romanowski's 30-page PowerPoint for why he is the top candidate for the Denver Broncos head coaching job, with zero head coaching or zero coaching chops at all, other than his son's freshman high school football team as a defensive coordinator.
I mean, that's more than Jeff Saturday had.
I don't know that it is.
He also lost to the inmates in the Longest Yard remake.
That's true, he did,
You
didn't he?
remember?
Oh,
So
Good point.
yeah, another mark on the
So,
record.
I mean, what was Albert Hainsworth's excuse? I mean, at least, Romanowski's all roided out. Because I put those two guys kind of together, Romanowski was like pre-Albert Hainsworth. Hainsworth is just like, hold my beer, watch this. I'll stomp on his head after I take his helmet off.
True, he did, didn't he? But that was like all he did, though. And he
Yeah,
quit on his team. But
There's another thing in the Wikipedia that says he was fined an undisclosed amount for throwing a football at Brian Cox of the Jets, the ball hitting him in the crotch area. And so you think about it, there's three former Patriots here. That's 3 former Patriots: Larry Centers, JJ Stokes, and Brian Cox.
That's right. Yeah.
Ooh,
But one good thing for Bill Romanowski, he broke Kerry Collins' jaw. So racism fighting racism.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
But notice he didn't shatter his eye socket though. He only went for the jaw on that one.
well, it's a helmet to helmet hit apparently. So in a preseason game, mind you, in a preseason game.
Way to assume that tight end was black, Andy. Who's a racist now?
I didn't say one either way. I'm just saying that man had to retire from football, but he knew Kerry Collins was a racist and only broke his jaw. That's all I'm saying.
Boston College.
But this did lead me down a rabbit hole of I found a ESPN article entitled "Romanowski Full of Ideas for Broncos," and it starts. Bill Romanowski said he had a meeting with new Denver Broncos coach Josh McDaniels to discuss nutrition. And it goes on, blah blah. He wanted to be the head coach, all this stuff. And then halfway down it says the Broncos vice president of public relations told ESPN on Thursday night the Broncos had no knowledge of a meeting with Romanowski. But Romanowski figures he has a lot to offer the Broncos. Quote, "I'm going to profess my vision on how to better take care of the athletes," Romanowski said Thursday. He wants to be a coach someday. Yeah, he even tried to convince the 30-point PowerPoint. But if a coaching spot isn't available on McDaniel's staff, Romanowski wouldn't mind being the Broncos' performance coordinator, overlooking the team's fitness and health. He's currently the president and CEO of a nutrition company called nutrition53.com. So this man, who years before had gone on 60 Minutes and wrote a book about, I took all sorts of steroids to make me better at football, wants to come in and be the health coordinator.
The performance enhancer.
Yeah, come on, Andy. Of course. That's a natural fit. He knows how to dodge the drug tests. He knows all the fucking ins and outs. He knows what their shit about.
He did, but it would be a fit if he didn't admit to all of that on national television in a 60 Minutes.
That just gives him street cred. Are you kidding me?
No. You can't, because now the guys that would be after you know you've admitted this. All right, he's gonna do this. So you can't hire him.
I would love to be a fly on the wall if that meeting between McDaniels and Romanowski took place.
Cool.
Think of little Josh McDaniels and Bill Romanowski hey bud, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna bring the performance of these players to the top.
Performance isn't just a passion, it's a way of life. It's on their website for Nutrition 53.
That's awesome.
Is it even a website? I went to it and it was a completely different brand.
No, it's a picture of Bill.
Really?
Well, yeah, it says Lean One.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, so he must have rebranded the name.
Yeah.
Well, you have
Breaking news, guys. Breaking news just now. New Raiders defensive coordinator, Bill Romanowski.
No, he's the health and fitness
conditioning coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that guy with Richie Incognito?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a legendary staff.
Oh my god.
Those two.
That episode where Greg read all of those texts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a good. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
What was the quote, Greg?
Some wolf pussy.
Yeah.
Your sister has a hairy wolf pussy or something like that. Yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
Squirting her with a water bottle. Oh god.
Yeah.
I got one last trivia for you before we do best and worst. So they had a game break. They cut to the Jets game because Vinny Testaverde scored on a quarterback sneak. And I think at the time he was the oldest player to have a rushing touchdown. It has since been broken a couple times. And I found a list of the rushing touchdowns and the person's age at that point. There are 4 players ahead of Vinny Testaverde, who was 41 years, 337 days old when he scored that touchdown in this week. And then he scored another one a couple weeks later. Actually, I think it was the week after. So he was 41 and 345 days old. There are 1, 2, 3 players ahead of him that scored a rushing touchdown older. Can you name them?
Tom Brady,
Well, that one's the obvious one. Yep.
Drew Brees, Peyton Manning,
No.
Frank Gore.
No, that's a good guess, though.
That's a good guess, yeah.
I don't think
Older
Frank
than
Gore was
43?
What positions they play? What's up there?
One is a quarterback. One is a wide receiver.
Terrell Owens.
No.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice. His oldest touchdown was when he was on Seattle in 2004. He had a rushing touchdown at 42 years and 67 days old. He also had one a week before that, too. Why he's doing rushing touchdowns, I'm not sure.
I would say Warren Moon, but that's got to be before Vinny Testaverde.
It was not Warren Moon. This person has played for the Patriots.
Doug
This
Flutie.
person is currently on the Patriots in 2005.
Oh, it's not Flutie?
It is Doug Flutie.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear you say that. Yeah. When he played for San Diego in 2005. This season, actually, right at the end. 42 years old and 71 days. He had a rushing touchdown because, of course, he did.
Also the last guy to get a drop kick.
Correct.
Extra
Yeah.
point.
And then it literally lists off like all the touchdowns. And so Tom Brady is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, first through 7th. And then Doug Flutie is 8th, and then Tom Brady is 9th. And then Jerry Rice, Tom Brady again.
Domination, baby.
Drew Brees is right behind Vinny Testaverde. 41 days, 284. For 41 years, 284 days. So,
Tom Brady.
and Warren Moon is on this list eventually, along with Zeke Bradkowski and Ben Roethlisberger, Brett Favre, Charlie Joyner? Oh, Chargers wide receiver. I don't remember him. Okay.
I think he was on the 80s.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers is on this list too. Way down. So, yeah, Tom Brady as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer holds the top 7 spots for oldest
I hope
rushing touchdowns.
Aaron Rodgers gets on the list higher, but also like pulls a Carson Wentz as he scores a touchdown.
Jesus. That's
How
dark.
excited are you, Steve, for Aaron Rodgers on the Jets?
Dude, I'm
excited.
stoked.
What if he does well, though?
Yeah,
he
but he's
will.
not going to do
He'll
well for
start
like
off
a long period of
gangbusters.
time. Yeah, he's going to do well for a little bit, but then
6
He
weeks.
is the Kyrie Irving of
yeah.
the NFL.
Oh, yeah. And the Jets are just the only thing they're good at is ruining players' careers.
Yeah,
They're very good at that.
it is going to be
They're-
funny to watch.
They're elite at that. And their hopes are so high. That's the best part. The Jets fans' hopes are just like so high.
They really
Like
are.
they're like, yo, Super Bowl.
They're
Let's
Super
go.
Bowl or bust. Yeah.
Pats
Yeah.
are going to win the division.
Yeah.
I've
I
been
mean,
saying that.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is going to fall apart.
Yeah.
Tua can't play because of his head.
Yep.
And have you heard the rumor about Josh Allen? Heard the little streets talking, little whispers?
I haven't.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
What happened with Stephon Diggs?
Break the
Not showing up?
story.
He's apparently, word on the street is that he got some girl pregnant and then like forced her to get an abortion who like wasn't his girlfriend, even though he had like a longtime girlfriend.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, because there was a whole bunch of stories about like that's what Stephon Diggs was yelling at him about on the sideline in the playoff game or something. Like, no, it's because they were losing, but okay.
Streets of
That-
talking, whisper, whisper.
I'll go
No one's
with
saying
it.
that about
Stephon
Mac
Diggs actually
Jones.
show up to camp. I feel like Stephon Diggs was a no-show. They had no
He
idea
ended
where
up
he
showing
was.
up. But yeah, there was a bunch of weird shit around that too. Of like, he just signed an extension and he's like not there, and the coach
Mhm.
said he wasn't, but his agent said he was.
And the coach came out and basically he said something today about he was here, but we talked and I like had him go home to
Yeah, we had to like sort some things out or something. It was very
something like
cryptic.
that. It was like super cryptic, yeah. So things are going well.
Uh-oh. Wait, what if it was Stephon Diggs' girlfriend that he got pregnant?
Or his like sister or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boy,
You took my nephew away.
got a Malcolm Butler situation on our hands.
Oh boy, here we go. All right.
Do we want to try or the little draft thing, or we do best and worst?
Give it a shot, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down. I got some names.
All right. Well, how do we decide who drafts first?
I briefly.
Well, I think that's
read
up to
those
you.
messages.
You're the
I have
one
no
running
idea
this.
what's going on?
Who's the youngest?
Me.
Greg.
All right. Steve goes first. Middle child goes first.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right,
Jeez.
so the way that it works, Greg doesn't want, if you draft someone that's not in the league or not playing, you just kind of get a 0 for that person. But
Okay, so go off my memory for the entire league in 2005.
mhm.
Yeah,
So
that's a
you
great
have
idea.
you have quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, defense, and kicker.
I don't know any of this.
Well, you got to take some guesses, Steve.
Right,
And
fine.
if you want, you can go Patriot players. You know,
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
you can help round that out.
I'm gonna go, and then we're doing like season stats. Like, how is this? Where is it? Week by week?
So this is we're gonna do for this week 6 of 2005.
All right. Number 1 pick, Mike Vick.
Okay.
All right.
The
And then we're gonna go. We're
I
gonna
know
go
he makes
Greg.
Pro
Yeah.
Bowl because I was on last week, Greg. Unlike you, so I know he.
All
makes
right,
Pro
I'll
Bowl.
go next. I'm taking Peyton Manning.
Andrew.
I'm going to take LaDainian Tomlinson.
I had him on my list. You got 2 though, right?
Hmm?
Snake
I
draft.
get 2. Yeah. Who did you pick, Greg?
Oh no, it's not snake draft.
Peyton Manning.
Ah, bugger. I'm going to pick. Let's see. Let's go with Ben Roethlisberger.
All right, I'm gonna go. This might be a stretch. I don't know if this is his year, and there's only really like 1 or 2 good years. But I'm gonna go Sean Alexander because I know
Ooh,
Seattle
okay.
made the Super Bowl, and I'm just guessing and hoping that this is the Sean Alexander year.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Wait,
if it
who?
is.
Who's in the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, because this is Steelers and Seahawks.
Seahawks.
All right, Stevie boy.
I'm gonna go Marvin Harrison,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, it's a solid pick.
quarterback.
I don't even remember who I've picked.
I'll go Tom Brady.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good call.
All right,
Same
I'm
pick.
gonna go Terrell Owens because I think you can't go wrong with Terrell Owens.
Interesting. Oh, I know I'm going to go. I'm going to go Steve Smith as my wide receiver
Oh, that's a good pick.
and Antonio Gates as my tight end.
Might be
I don't know if you
a bit
guys
early
know.
for Gates. I'm gonna pick up Gonzalez while I can.
All right. I don't know if you guys know, but Gates, he played basketball in college. So he was
Okay,
like
not know
built
that.
to catch.
Can
touchdowns.
we have can you pull up like a little so we know who's been picked and what and how many?
Steve, come on, dude.
Yeah,
Just use
left.
your brain.
Dude, I don't have
Can I share my
yeah, just share your screen with
Probably.
like your fucking
post
little
disabled participation screen?
Yeah, hang on.
who's up? Greg, you're up.
You.
Yeah,
I picked
yeah, you can share.
Gonzalez for my tight end.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you're up,
shit, it's
Steve.
gonna be
You can share now. Too.
Well, I mean, if okay.
big time running backs 2005.
Running backs are the hardest ones because
Yeah, Google it, Steve.
it's
Oh
like
my
they
God.
come and go
I
so
can
fast.
Google it.
No.
no Google.
Yeah, there we go. I'm not even doing this.
Is
in
this too
a
late for
spreadsheet.
Priest Holmes?
Nope. He's still playing. He's still playing.
This is how it works, Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
who
I was
else is
thinking
like-
Priest Holmes too. Actually, not gonna lie.
You want
I
him?
had him on my list as a potential, but I don't know if he is kicking around these days.
Throw him in there.
All right.
Mm.
All right, you need one more.
And another big time wide receiver.
So yeah, we got.
You know what? I'm
Yo.
going Dion. I'm going Dion Branch because he gets traded for a first round pick after this year. So he's lit this year.
Interesting.
So I'm Randy Moss is on my mind here. But I'm thinking this is a down year for Randy, right?
I think he's on the Raider.
Anything Raiders isn't that. He's hit or miss, I think, this year.
Right. But I even think his down years weren't that bad. But I think Reggie Wayne is probably a safer choice, assuming Reggie Wayne is here. He is here at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Reggie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Andrew.
I am going to go with. I'm actually going to take Randy Moss. I think.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like when we talked about him week 1, he actually had a decent season this year. I think we talked about this Broncos defense being good, so I'm going to take them.
Okay.
All right. I'm taking our boy Mike Vanderjack. The ultimate fantasy player that actually sucks dick.
You spelled Vanderjerk wrong.
There you go.
That is Dallas
want-
Clark playing yet?
I want Steve to
Good question, Steve.
Tight end.
Throw him in.
Yeah, he's
Ugh.
definitely playing.
Gotta be.
I think
I
this
feel
is
like
when
we've seen
he
him.
starts falling off too.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I'll go Steelers. They gotta have a good D.
That's true.
All right, I have no idea who's a good defense, so I'm taking the Ravens because it's Ray Lewis, so they have to be good, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ed Reed.
Yeah.
I gotta
And
pick a kicker, huh?
Yeah, just a kicker, yeah.
Let's do Jason Elam because it's Broncos. Oh,
No
man,
Vinatieri.
who is that?
He only got
Did we leave Vinatieri on the board?
No, I got Vinatieri. Give me Vinatieri.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was gonna say I should have taken that punter from the other week. With the
Nice
55
spelling,
yarder.
Tim.
Yeah, dude, it's not great.
I knew. I was like, let's see if he gets Vinatieri here.
All right. Why don't you guys do best and worst, and I will calculate the scores.
All right, I'm gonna turn your shirt off.
We should do it as a season long. The same
fine with
team.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Every
just have
week.
that those picks run for the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like you keep those? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I didn't pick mine specific to a week. I just picked who I thought was good that year.
Yeah.
No shit. I picked
All
Mike
right,
Vick. I
fair
don't even
enough.
know if he's playing yet.
Mike Vick
Yeah,
got
he is.
hurt. We played Atlanta like 2 weeks ago, and Mike
I
Vick got
was-
hurt.
Literally.
Yeah,
last
but
week.
Mike Vick makes a Pro Bowl this year.
Does he?
He does.
Yeah,
I
he
think he does
misses the
okay.
first
Yeah.
Half
I
of the
think he
season.
misses like 10 games.
I think it was 2000.
He played this week, so
I think it was 2004. That was like his best year, but I think he still does good in 2000.
All right. We should have picked McNabb. He's probably got a ton of
Well,
rushing
because
yards.
he's. Oh no. This is who was 06 cover for Madden? I think it might be Sean Alexander.
Maybe.
It's Peyton Hillis. Then I'm
Oh,
gonna-
wasn't it Peyton Hillis? Yeah.
No, Peyton Hillis wasn't until a couple of years later.
I like 2000.
That's the ultimate risky pick right there.
Oh yeah, the true one and done.
Yeah. All right, let's do best and worst.
All right,
Greg,
I'll
you wanna
go first.
Oh, Steve, you go first.
I'm gonna
My
go
best
first.
No, I want to go first.
All right, fine.
My best is not having to listen to Andy this full time. That's been really nice, Because right about now, I'd be getting sick of his ass.
That's my worst is having to listen to Andy this whole time.
I don't have a worst, This has been great. Thanks, guys.
All right,
My
my best. I got a
worst.
real best.
My worst is having brothers.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Give me
My
an actual
best is
best.
the hit by what's his name,
Asante Samuel.
Samuel.
Where
A
he let it
true
out
jacked up hit.
putsier. It
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah, one of those like blind side
Yeah,
guys
that-
just running, looking the other way, and he caught
It
him
turns into it and just
square in the
gets you.
chest, and he's like on the sidelines. They're like shining a light in his eye.
How did the commentators react to the hit?
Oh,
called
they
it
wouldn't
clean.
shut up.
Yeah, they called it clean.
They love it
Does that get a flag nowadays?
for sure.
It definitely does, right?
Defenseless receiver.
It's just like
Wow.
you can see
He
the
had the ball and he turned.
commentary change over the years when we're watching these games. We're like way back when we first started, they were like, "Hell yeah," and now they're like, "Ooh, I don't know."
All right, Andy, what do you got for us?
Let's see. What do I have for you? They showed a stat where David Givens had 22 consecutive third down catches that were converted for first downs. I think they said that was a record. That was pretty dope. And then I think if I'm giving out a game ball, it's going to Patrick Pass because he got thrown into the starting lineup, was dealing with injuries the whole day. And he got injured. I think he injured his shoulder picking up a blitz that sparked a touchdown drive. But he had 10 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown on the ground, and 6 catches for 89 yards through the air on basically nothing but screen passes.
Best fullback ever.
It was amazing. He was starting running back, but cool.
He's listed as a fullback on the depth chart. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, speaking of which, it's now NHL season for like when the injuries come out. Now that the season's over.
Oh yeah.
You hear about the guy Kachuk on the Panthers?
No.
has been playing with a broken sternum.
As you do.
Jeez.
Jesus.
It's so ridiculous, dude.
My worst is the quality of some of these old game videos. If you actually watch this whole game, there were a few times, including the long Tatum Bell run, where the game actually just cut out because the signal was lost on, I think it was the satellite feed that this game had been recorded from.
Yeah.
So it's just like a black screen with this text that came up that says, no signal received on local channel 32-1. Please try again later. And then it would come back. So missed a couple of plays because of that. So that's tough.
Aaron Ekblad from the Panthers suffered a broken foot, 2 separate shoulder dislocations, and a torn oblique, and finished the whole playoffs. He scored a goal in Game 5. What a fucking psychopath, dude!
Nothing tops Bergeron's collapsed lung.
Collapsed lung playing fucking.
Well, who was the guy that did a shift on a broken
Campbell?
ankle?
Yeah, Greg Campbell. Yeah.
And didn't he block another shot or something while doing it too?
Yeah, he stayed on the ice and tried to finish the shift.
Fucking idiots, but I love it.
Remember when I got 14 stitches and I finished the game in hockey?
No,
You didn't even know you got cut.
That's true, but that's the fact remains that I got cut in like the first period and I finished the game. And
you're saying hockey players are
hockey
overrated?
tough.
Their toughness is
That's
overrated.
how that
is what you're
beard
telling
is
me?
trying to tell everybody, Greg.
Dude, I'm hockey tough. You guys don't even know.
Oh, we know. We know all about it, Greg.
Dude,
The stitches came after the game, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like,
Did you see what I put in the chat, by
14.
the way?
huh?
See what I put in the chat? I sniffed a little bit of Patrick Pass Wikipedia.
Yeah, I ignored it.
Mm-hmm.
I
How's
had
it
some
feel?
Patrick Pass corn, but I didn't share it.
All right. Tim, you want to do best and worst?
My best was none of it.
You
And
didn't like the
then my
Dwayne Stark sightings?
Dwayne Stark sighting.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything except suck.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, my
Kinda
best
hyped him up.
actually no, my best was taking a nap in the second quarter when I watched. That was cool because that was like the worst quarter for us.
Yeah.
And then my worst was probably Phil Simms or Jarvis Green on that last drive. Like he got juked the fuck out by, I think it was Jeb Putzer.
Oh,
And
God.
yeah, it was just like,
Jeb.
dude, what are you doing? Like
Half
he just looks
concussed
so.
Jeb Putzer.
Oh, yeah, dude, it was just so bad. Like, and that's kind of what fucked us over. Oh, and I have another worse, which was David Gibbons not catching that third down pass, wide open,
Oh, yeah.
nobody around him, and then Phil Simms is like, "Oh, Brady's got to do a better job of getting that ball to him." And
Of
I
hitting him
just wanted
directly in the
oh,
hands in
I
stride.
want to crater Phil Simms' face when he fucking said that. I was so pissed. Oh, I was so mad. Yeah.
I love it.
I'm better with worse than best.
Welcome to the dark side.
Yeah. It
You've been
feels
spending
like
too
home.
much time with Andy. You've been spending way too much time with Andy. He's best in small doses.
You have to understand. I've been like this. This is why me and
we click.
Andy are like twin flames. You know, we just
That's
lock
what I'm
up.
saying. You can't be around that though. You guys feed each other is bad. Bad news bears.
an echo
That's a whole
chamber.
pot kettle thing coming from you, Stephen. But I appreciate it.
I am positive. I'm a positive guy. Look what I have tattooed on my body.
You're a little too positive for me, Steve.
See, I balance it out though.
Yeah.
That is absolutely not true.
Yeah, during the Celtics, I kept texting Steve and being like, "This team fucking sucks dick, dude. Get Marcus Smart off my fucking roster." And Steve would be like, "Well, he's not usually this bad." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, Steve."
I believe I called him a roller coaster. You know, you
Yeah,
got to
you
ride
did.
the ups and the downs. And then in that same game, he would fucking win the game for us.
I know. Yeah, and then I'd send a text like 5 minutes later. I'm back. I love Marcus Smart. Never doubted him for a second.
I'm sorry, Steve, for the Marcus Smart hate.
He's the worst.
He is terrible. I hate him.
All right. Well, on that note, what do we have next week?
I have no idea.
Patriots
I
are headed
hope we have a
to.
Dan Deerdorf game. We need a Deerdorf.
Yeah, give me
This
more
could be
Deerdorf.
Deerdorf. It's
Yeah, what are we
Patriots
playing?
at home against the Bills.
that's a classic.
That screams fucking
right there.
Theodore
1
French
o'clock
Martin.
Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah.
No, 8 o'clock game. So
Oh,
it might be, yeah, this is a Sunday night game, I think.
damn it! You're SOL.
So you'll have to wait till next time to get your Dan Theodore fix. Thank God. But yeah, we
I don't
will
want it.
until
I need
next
it.
time. If my brothers actually decide to show up, we will see you later.
See you later.
There you go.
See you later.
Tune in next week to see how much of a blubbering little bitch Greg is on the Patriots Dynasty podcast.